Yo guys, welcome back to the 3 Points Podcast. I'm your host Luke, and today we're going to be talking about the Chelsea vs Liverpool game, which indeed did finish 1-0 to Chelsea. But before we jump into that, guys, if you haven't already, drop a like and subscribe. It does mean the world to us. We're so close now to 60 subscribers. I mean, when me and Mark started this channel, we had no idea where we were going to take this, and now it's just all booming. So we do appreciate all the love and support each week, guys. And yeah, so we'll just dive straight into it, why don't we? So, Mason fucking Mount. What a player. Probably one of the best players to come out of the Chelsea Academy in a long time. I mean, look, I'm not saying that he's the best player in the squad at the moment, but I'm saying he's the best player in the squad at the moment. I just honestly think this guy's tenacity, the way he moves and carries the ball, is second to none. But we'll break this down game even further. We'll talk about the starting lineup, where I think Tuchel got it right. And yeah, so starting at the back, we obviously had Mendy starting in goal with the likes of Reece James on the right wing back, Aspilicueta on the inside, and then we had Rudiger and Christensen. And then on the left wing back, we obviously had Ben Chilwell. And then we had the midfield two of Kante and Jorginho, with the top three of Mason Mount, Ziyech and Werner. Now, what a lineup. When I first saw the lineup come out, I wasn't too sure how to feel. I mean, I do really like watching Ziyech play, but in recent games, for me, he's just not really had the end product. But today, he kind of proved that wrong. I mean, the way he was whipping the ball around, playing the ball in behind, I think it was really good to see. And yeah, even the runs he was making just in behind, supporting runs with Werner and Mount, it was just lovely to see. I think, for me, when I watch Ziyech play, I always worry about his pace and the lack of pace, therefore. But no, he really made up for it today. These end balls were actually really quality, and I think he did play well. I mean, he did get taken off, but it was more of a tactical change. Tuchel trying to give more defensive cover. Even though it was a like-for-like swap with Pulisic, I do think that, bringing on Pulisic with the fresh legs is just a lot better, so he can track, defend, and just get in behind. But yeah, I just want to talk about how, Chelsea now are 10 games unbeaten, which is absolutely insane. I mean, it's the run of form they're in right now is similar to Man City's form. Obviously, we haven't sustained that for the whole season like City have, but, we're looking really strong right now. And if we look at Liverpool for a second, that's now 5 losses in a row. The first Liverpool team to ever lose 5 times at home at Anfield. And I mean, look, they are going for a bit of a shambles right now, but we won't really focus on them too much for now. We'll kind of get back towards the players. So I think there's some unsung heroes in today's game. 2 of them being Rudiger and Christensen. Now, Christensen, for me, I've always had a bit of worry about him. I mean, I spoke about it on the podcast before. I think sometimes he lacks a bit of composure. But in recent weeks and months, it's gone. I mean, this guy is a new player. I don't know if it's Thiago Silva, if it's Rudiger, if it's players, Tuchel even. Just give him that boost of confidence. He just looks so composed on the ball. And the thing today that we did different was, and Tuchel spoke about in the pre-match conference, is that we looked in behind. Now, when we played Giroud last week, we looked so slow. I mean, against Man United, we didn't look good enough. We didn't look quick on the break. And that's where I thought maybe if we'd started Timo Werner in that game, we would have looked a lot better. But, it seems that Tuchel learned from that mistake, started Timo Werner up top, and he just looked absolutely brilliant. I think the way that we moved the ball, the way Christensen and Rudiger linked up, and that's what I'm talking about, the unsung heroes, because I think Rudiger as well, he just played absolutely amazing. The tackles he was putting in, I mean, Mane looked like his bitch. Let's be real, guys. Mane looked like his bitch. He did not have anywhere to go. He had him in his back pocket, similar to how Kante had Bruno Fernandes in his back pocket last week. I mean, you can tell by the excitement in my voice, I'm absolutely buzzing. I mean, that's the first win against Liverpool in around 7 years at home against them, away from home, sorry. So, things are looking up. But for me, what I like the most about today is we almost looked like a bit of a prime Barcelona. Now, you're going to think I'm getting, a bit carried away here, but you have to understand the way we were linking up, the way the balls were moving, between the midfield to the attack, from the defence, the way we were shifting up the play, it was flawless. The pass we were taking, we just looked like we were having fun playing football. The enjoyment was there. The quick passing, the good touches. I mean, Kante, again, peak Kante. That's the best I've seen, let alone Kante play, but a whole Chelsea team play in a while. I mean, we were starting to question on the Tuchel, are we creating enough? Are we doing enough? But today he got it absolutely spot on. I mean, Kabak, for me, since watching him come to Liverpool, has looked super weak. I don't think he fits the system at all. Maybe he needs more time, and I'm not someone to quickly judge a player, but I am a very reactionary guy. When I see something, I do, react quite quickly. And I've always said this about Kabak since he joined the Liverpool side. He's so susceptible to long balls in behind. I think his lack of pace, his lack of awareness, lack of knowing where his centre-back partner is, it causes a lot of confusion. And you saw that today. Timo Werner, I mean, obviously having the goal that was ruled offside in the first half, absolutely amazing runs he was making. It was 3 or 4 times he got in behind where he should have had about 2 goals. And, you know, it was kind of getting frustrating seeing him miss these easy chances. But the one he did take, chipped over Alisson, ran onto it, kind of similar to his goal against Newcastle, I think it was, or Southampton it may have been, where he chipped over the keeper and then chipped over the defender. Very similar finish. Obviously, the offside thing happened. Now, I want to quickly touch upon this. Now, if you do not follow the 3 Points Instagram, I highly suggest you do. Link in the description. I did cover the offside thing, and I kind of asked you guys' opinions. Now, from what I've seen, and from what I understand from the rule, wherever the shirt sleeve ends is now offside. So, because Timo Werner was pointing his hand out, even though you cannot score with your arm, because as we all know, that is handball, as the shirt sleeve, I don't get it. Look, I'm trying to explain it to myself in my head, but from what I understand from the rule, your shirt sleeve's offside. So, anything above your shirt is offside. And also, like, look, I'm not going to get too much into it, but I just think it's an absolute ridiculous rule and the law needs to be changed. I don't think it's actually VAR and the refs. I think it's the rule. But then when saying that, you'd think that the ref and VAR would kind of overlook that. But look, we're not going to get too much into it. It was a great finish, obviously disallowed. But then we had our unsung hero, or actually our massive hero, not unsung, Mason Mount. Now, I want to quickly talk about him because a lot of Chelsea players always hate on this guy. I mean, not Chelsea players, Chelsea fans always hate on this guy. Constant abuse in the Instagram comments. Lampard's son, Tuchel's son, he doesn't do enough, he doesn't create enough, he's not fun. Mate, I don't want to hear it anymore. I do not want to hear it. This guy is a baller. Probably top 5 ballers in the Premier League right now. The way he moves the ball, the way he passes the ball, the tenacity, the way he just gets up, runs box to box. I mean, we haven't seen a player like this quite literally since Frank Lampard. I mean, this guy wants to win. You can see it on his face, the way he runs around. And he's a nice guy. You know, he's a nice guy to look at. I mean, what more could you want from a player, really? But yeah, I thought overall the performance today was really good. I think as a team now, we need to move and we need to take and continue this form against Atletico Madrid and obviously Everton on the weekend. Look, I think we're obviously now top 4, but I definitely think there's a case to be called that we could finish second. I mean, Man United, when we versed them, they didn't look too good. And even though they may have a pretty good run of games coming up for them, I just think that we could really push a second place here. We go and beat Everton, and we're looking strong. So, yeah, let me know what you guys thought. Honestly, I'm a bit lost for words because I'm just so surprised in what we saw. I think, especially the likes of Jorginho as well, like, he just looked so much different under Tuchel when he was under Lampard. I mean, the way he would get in behind, look for those balls, especially Kante's ball to Mount. Over the top for Mount to run onto, and then obviously the amazing finishes on the bottom corner. Everyone just seems to be linking up really well now, and that's why I'm going to bring it back to my previous point with like the Barcelona kind of way we're playing. We're taking risky passes, and it's working. We're not playing safe football anymore, which was my biggest issue under Tuchel. That's why I started questioning, because we just were playing too much of a safe football, almost like Sarri ball, side to side to side. And I'm starting to really think that Tuchel could definitely win some type of trophy under us, but there's still a long way to go, and it's still obviously early in his career, so I don't want to get too carried away. But let me know what you guys think down below. Will Tuchel win a trophy at Chelsea, or is this just going to be another 2-season wonder? I'm not trying to get too carried away because we had a kind of similar run with Conte, and we won the league, and the next season he was gone. The season after he was gone. So look, I'm not getting too carried away. But I definitely think there's some good things to take from this game. I mean, we've just beat Liverpool. Yes, they're not in the best of form. Yes, they have so many injuries. But let's not take away, they have Salah, they have Mane, they have Firmino, they have Jota, they have Thiago, they have Alisson. These are all world-class players, guys. Fabinho even was back today. So, Alexander-Arnold, we all know these guys are good players. And I just think right now, if I could touch on Liverpool for a second, I think right now, they're a team struggling for form. And I don't necessarily mean that it's because they're not winning games. I think it's just the confidence. You win a game and then you go lose a game. It's not the best. It doesn't help with confidence. Just because you win and then lose doesn't all of a sudden mean that you're going to go win the next game. It just means that you're inconsistent. I think if they fix a couple things, they definitely can still finish top 4. And I think it is important they do finish top 4 because, it is big for finances for a club. If you don't know, getting into the Champions League is a big boost of money for clubs. And that's why finishing the Champions League for the likes of Liverpool, Liverpool, Chelsea, Man City, United, all these big teams, it's important for them to finish in the top 4 because of the finances and obviously attracting the players. So, I don't think it's that bad for Liverpool. You got to understand, you got to take things into context. I mean, if you looked at Liverpool at the start of the season, you saw how good they were. So I don't think they're that far away from finding that form. I think if they bring a couple key players back, we obviously got Jota coming in, and they had moments there where they did look good. I mean, they did threaten us in behind, especially with the overlap. But I think today, Chelsea dealt with it defensively. I think, like I said before, Rudiger and Christensen, I think that partnership right now is good. And now I'm starting to question, where does Thiago Silva come back into the side? Because for me, I don't know who you take out, because I would normally say Rudiger for me because he just kind of lacks the awareness. But in recent games, this guy's been flawless. I mean, his pace, the way he gets in behind, the way his strength, the way he holds up the ball. I mean, today, bodying Salah, bodying Mane, he just looks so comfortable as well. And I think the way we're moving the ball across the back line is so much more quicker and fluid now. But yeah, look, overall, I definitely think we're definitely going to get... I definitely think we're in contention for top 4 now. I mean, obviously Everton did win last night against West Brom, but, if you watch the game, you could have saw that West Brom definitely could have got a goal. Even they did get a goal, but it was ruled offside with the same instant as poor man Werner today. But, I definitely think there's something there to be taken from this game. And what I mean from that is there's a big statement here right now. Because you beat Atletico Madrid, yeah, it's a one-off game. Atletico didn't look that good. We dominated possession, but they weren't at their best. And then you go and versus Liverpool. Now, the headlines are going to be Liverpool 5 games lost at home. Is Klopp's job in danger? Which obviously isn't. Just the tabloids are going to publish that. But the real praise should be on Chelsea. I mean, we played absolutely flawless. I mean, you can't deny that. The way we moved the ball, like I said, and I will say again, with Barcelona away, it was just such quick intertwining passes, and then the balls over the top, which Kabak and Fabinho could not deal with. I mean, we saw it multiple times, Werner getting in behind, and also talking about Timo Werner, he was very, very unlucky not to score today. I think he's definitely one of our best players up front with Tammy. Giroud as well can be good, but I just think the way we use Timo is way better than we use anybody else, just because of his pace. It offers the threat in behind, it keeps defenders on their toes. Yes, he may not score every game, but he creates, and that's all I need from him right now. It's just to keep creating, because the goals will come. I mean, I'm not going to lie, guys. In recent weeks, I've been bagging Timo to Mark. Like, me and Mark have had this discussion all the time. I just didn't think he was at it, but I've been proved wrong, and I'm happy to say I've been proved wrong. I think he's one of those players that, and I've always said this, he needs multiple chances. And if we're having the possession like we're having now, that's fine. It's only when you don't have the possession and you're not winning games like comfortably that you kind of need him to start scoring. But if other players are scoring like Man City do, then we don't necessarily need Timo to score every game. But, it would be nice if he can grab a goal. I mean, it was very unlucky for him to not get his goal. But yeah, guys, look, I'm going to wrap it up there. I've been rambling on for ages, but I'm super, super happy with the win. I think this is a big 3 points and a big step in the right direction. Like I said, guys, let me know in the comments below. Is Chelsea going to get top 4, or will it be Everton? Because right now, Everton are looking good as well. But I do think they will drop off. Same with Leicester. I think their form will not be good, but feel free to disagree with me, guys. I know I keep asking this question each week, but it's a very prominent question right now. Top 4 race is on. So yeah, let me know your thoughts down below. If you haven't already, guys, please subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you later. Peace.